but I'm very happy to say we're now going to move on to discuss what we really are all here gathered to talk about, and that is the exciting news we have to deliver today about the strategic planning process in which we have been engaged now for a number of months. The Commission can today state that its mission, the mission of the Illinois Medical District, is to be a leader in patient care and medical research, utilizing our diversity and unique assets while driving economic growth. We have 4 significant stakeholders and many, many other important stakeholders. The 4 major medical centers are all represented here today. They include Rush, they include Stroger, the Jesse Brown VA, and of course the University of Illinois Medical Center and Health Sciences System. The mission statement that I just articulated is in no way arbitrary, but reflects months of engaged discussion with stakeholders, serious benchmarking of other districts around the country, and the original intention of the legislation that created the IMD 72 years ago. In 1941, the Illinois General Assembly enacted legislation to create a subunit of local government to be known as the Illinois Medical District, governed by a commission comprised of 7 commissioners, 4 of whom are appointed by the governor, 2 of whom are appointed by the mayor of Chicago, and 1 of whom is appointed by the president of Cook County. The act recognized all those years ago the remarkable assets within its geographical boundaries, which is approximately a square mile, bordered on the north by what is now the Eisenhower Expressway, the south by the railroad viaduct, or approximately 16th Street, the west Oakley, which is west of Damon where we are today, and Ashland on the east. It was the intention of those prescient legislators that the IMD would be a driver of collaboration in the delivery of healthcare, the teaching of healthcare professionals, biomedical research, and the commercialization of technology. In fact, in reading the preamble to the statute before I took office, I was struck by the fact that it could have been written today. The IMD was and is the largest urban healthcare, educational, research, and technology district in the country. For reasons which we may as well leave to history, because negative discussion is not why we are here today, the IMD never achieved these legislative objectives. In its 72-year history, there has never been a strategic planning process with the engagement of its stakeholders. The IMD languished, was moribund, and little more than a real estate development agency. The sad fiscal condition of the IMD was well known. Prior to taking office, a number of articles were written by a columnist from Cranes that were scathing but accurate about the financial condition of the district. This is what the commission, the new commission, found when we took office 12 months ago. Today, the commission is determined to achieve the intention of the legislation that created the IMD. That is truly why we have all signed up for this work. Our success, we know, will be predicated upon the realization of the potential of our stakeholders to be a collaborative community driving clinical research, technological innovation and commercialization, and the delivery of better healthcare outcomes. We are pleased today to be able to share with everyone in this room and all of those of you who engaged in the strategic planning process with us that after months of research and investigation, we really are now ready to present to all of you the findings of that work and the intentions, our operationalization of the plan that emerged from that process. We established 3 objectives as a commission. The first was to stabilize the financial condition and revitalize the management team of the IMD, which we have done. We recruited Warren Ridley, the former director of the Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity, to be our new executive director, and we subsequently recruited our new CFO, whom you've met today, Kesner Bienvenu, our new general counsel, and John Collins, our most recent management team addition, who is taking over as the director of the Health Sciences Program Office. We addressed the bond problem, about which much was written prior to the new commission's taking office. We cured the non-financial default, and we are currently embarked on a significant restructuring effort. Thanks to Warren, we have also entered into new revenue-generating leases. In addition, shepherded through the spring 2012 General Assembly by Warren, we successfully passed legislation that has ameliorated onerous procurement, hiring, and land sales proceeds requirements to which the IMD, as a subunit of local government, had formerly been subjected. This really is going to allow us to be much more flexible, more nimble, to be more quickly reactive, and take advantage of opportunities that present themselves with alacrity, instead of being subjected to the time-consuming processes that most units of state government must deal with. Our second major priority was to actively engage with our IMD stakeholders and partners, including the 4 major medical centers and the 10 research-based health science colleges within the district. We understand fully that the strategic plans of our partners must be incorporated into our own aspirations. The third major objective was to develop a strategic vision for the IMD that leverages our ability to be a driver for economic growth. On behalf of the Commission, I am pleased to report significant progress in the realization of all of these objectives, but we clearly did not do it alone over the course of the past year. We have had the support and engagement of leaders throughout the IMD, many of whom are here with us today, and we thank you profusely. We also have had the support of leaders within the city, the county, and the state, for which we are also grateful. However, there's one individual whom I need to acknowledge publicly as being the key to much of what we have been able to accomplish this year. Mr. Jim Tyree, who's with us today, the former Chief Operating Officer of Abbott, came on board early as the chair of our advisory council. And he, in turn, recruited some of the most accomplished and influential leaders in life sciences and the commercialization of technology from across the country to serve on our advisory council. In addition, Pat Daly, the founder of the Daly Group and a civic leader and successful real estate developer, joined our council. Jim and Pat are here today, along with Melinda Richter, whom I thank, who's come all the way from San Francisco. Melinda Richter is did the brilliant work leading to the successful development of the Mission Bay Accelerator, among other things. And we have Jim to thank for introducing her to us. Melinda, thank you so much. Jim and the Advisory Council participated in the strategic planning process and gave us their critical thinking, which was essential in shaping our plan. You will hear a little bit later from Jim himself. It was also Jim who introduced us to the Boston Consulting Group, the world's leading consulting firm on business strategy. Our engagement of BCG has been absolutely critical to our success. The BCG Health Sciences Practice Group, in our opinion, is the jewel in its crown. And their Chicago-based team brought their expertise and insights to our strategic planning process. They were also co-investors in this project. They literally contributed hundreds of thousands of dollars at their normal billing rates of their own time and talent to ensure the success of this initiative. You really have become our team, as you know. I've referenced you that at virtually every meeting, and I insist that you remain part of this IMD family. With these thought leaders and the engagement of the leadership of our stakeholders, we have developed an evidence-based, sustainable strategic plan to achieve the mission of being a leader